arts. Okay, so this is what we're going to do today. We are going to analyze characters' experiences. Oh, I really did not spell things right today with her her by studying. We're going to then analyze our characters, but we're going to look at it at a different point of view. So if you remembered on Friday, you were supposed to finish reading up to, I think, chapter 17? Is that right? Up to chapter 16. And we ended up seeing how because they ended up having captives, and we are going to analyze how they interact, or how by looking at other people and how they interact with Santa Running Feet and her father, and how they are. Okay. Then we're going to explore. Hello. The video links didn't work for you? You should have told me. Yeah. Otherwise, you can go to YouTube and just type in Thunder Rolling in the Mountains, chapter 12, and it will pop right up. Yep. And if something doesn't work, you guys, that's part of being a responsible sixth grader or fifth grader. You should know by now that if something's not working, you should let me know, because you guys, sometimes, like quizzes, I don't realize that they weren't open. You gotta let me know. That's part of taking responsibility, okay? So if you didn't finish reading those, then you should make sure that you read them, because we are going to talk about them today. And then we are going to finish up with a quick question set. And they just have a couple questions on our reading that we had. And then you do have, this should be our fourth day of reading fluency. Does that sound right? Okay. So that's what we're going to do today. First, let's start out. We talked about the mood last time. Can I have you fill in these three words as well? Morning. Not morning like the sun morning. So this is a homonym. I can't say it. Homonym? Okay, I gotta have the internet say it for me. Homonym. I think it'll say it for me. Homonym. Thank you. A homonym. So instead of morning, like the sun coming up and it's the morning, it's morning, which means not a bright, cheerful day. It means the acts or feelings of sadness. So many of the Nimi who are in mourning right now, because a lot of their people are dying. So a lot of that is that grief or sorrow or sadness. So add these. Remember, at the very end of our module, we are going to have a quiz on these vocabulary words. And so I'm going to let you I've decided I'm going to let you use your vocabulary journal so that you can complete the quiz. So, you like free, easy points, right? Ooh, they're all going to be there. Yeah. What's your question?
My iPad glitched and now my whole ELA folder deleted. Ooh. So now I have nothing.
Okay. Text me in a little bit and I'll help you figure out how to get all the stuff, okay? That way you have this. Do you know where this the journal is located? Did you find the new journal to import, or do you need that?
Is it a new journal?
It's the Thunder Rolling in the Mountains journal.
I already had that one, but it got deleted.
Okay, so if you go to English Language Arts, it should show up there at the very, very bottom. The last thing is Vocabulary Journal, Thunder Rolling in the Mountains. And that's the one that we've been adding. We're on page 3. Yep, so we had thunder rolling in the mountains. And so I will give you these words again. That way you can have them, okay? That way when we get to the quiz, you have them, okay? If anybody else needs them too. Ooh, I see some of you guys gave some great synonyms. So that way, if anybody else needs the words too, I'll post them. Usually, if you notice, I post them anyway when you have to turn these in. But yeah, I know you guys got new iPads, so if something glitched, please let me know. I want you to be successful in class, but I can't tell if you had technology problems, so you got to let me know. Responsible fifth graders. Wretched then. Ugh, wretched. Oh, there's actually two words. So it can mean a couple things. You can actually say wretched or wretched. Okay, so wretched means that you jerked or you pulled something. So if I was trying to like take two pieces of Legos apart, I'm going to wrench them apart. Okay, so I'm going to pull them apart. Yep. Or it means wretched is like to cause suffering. Yeah, somebody had their hand raised.
I was just wondering if are we only going to be using this vocabulary journal for the test, or will we need the other ones also?
I think you're going to need the other ones as well. Yep, so don't delete the other ones. If you need the other ones too, make sure you let me know. Okay? We'll get that stuff now because our end of the unit test will probably be in a couple weeks. Yep, on the vocabulary. Okay? So make sure you're writing them down. If you need the other words from this module, let me know. Send me it. It's probably easier to send me a Schoology message. Like you wrecked something. So think of like two Legos, or like if you have to like really yank something out and it's stuck, you're going to jerk it and you're going to wrench it out. You can't see my video, but I'm sitting and pulling. Okay, so you're going to wrench something out. Or wretched means like I'm feeling wretched. I'm suffering, or I'm feeling terrible. Okay, so there's actually two. This is a synonym, so not a homonym, a synonym. So you could say jerked, or pulled, or yanked. Yeah, Sienna.
Are we going to be putting wretched or the other one of them in our vocabulary journal?
You will be, so how the vocabulary quiz will work is it's going to give you the word, and you either have to tell me a sentence that explains it, or you have to give me synonyms or examples. So you either have to like tell me the definition. Yep. Ooh, awesome. So I see some of you guys still are having difficulties, or you have lost some of the other words. Can you send me a Schoology message? Because I will send those to you then. Okay. If you give it to me in the chat, I just don't have time to do it in the middle of class. So send me a Schoology message if you need those other words. Yep. So yes, so you're going to probably need, if you do either one of them, I will accept it. Yep. Because wretched means multiple things. But in the book right now, you could use both. I mean, they're pretty wretched right now, right? They're in mourning. They're sad people have died. And they could be, maybe later on, she's going to retch something out. And then finally you have this word, crooned. So I think of a bird crooning. Yeah, Jacob.
Were also kind of wretched from their homeland.
That's a very good example. Yes, they were wretched. They were yanked from their homeland. Yeah, so both of them do really work. That's a great example. I love this word crooned, actually. When I read this word crooned in books, I always think of somebody going, ooh, it kind of means like saying it like sweetly, or they have here saying softly.
Also,
Sentimentally, yeah.
their tribe has been also wretched apart because some people want to go one way and some other people want to go the other way. Like some people don't want to fight, some people want to fight.
That's another great example. You're right. This word sentimentally, or this word crooned, I think of think of Swan Necklace. He's going to probably tell Sound of Running Feet, he's going to croon to her, I love you, okay? Or Chief Joseph might croon to his daughter, it's because I care about our tribe, okay? So he's going to say it with a lot of emotion. So a lot of times they sing it or hum. But it's done like kind of in a sweet way is what I think of. So I always think of a bird crooning. So you have the birds going. They're going to sing it softly, or they're going to croon. Or I think of like a rooster. He's going to sing cock-a-doodle-doo. It's not really softly, but So what we're going to do today is we are going to relook then at chapters 13 and 14. So I'm going to actually take my book next. You guys are still kind of typing. But if you're done, turn to page 69 or between 69 and 85. That's 13 and 14. Now, just to recap, in 13, they kind of got after Sound of Running Feet because she snuck out with the warriors. They were riding and they came upon some settlers, 2 women and a boy. I think there was actually more. They took their ponies and then sent them on their way and said, don't follow us. Well, the thing is, they sat and spied on them. And so they recaptured those 2 women and the boy. And let's see, Chief Joseph knew how to speak English, but none of the other native Nimipu knew how to. And so let's see, we have Yellow Hair and Dirty Face is what Sound of Running Feet called them because she couldn't really talk to them. And she was trying to let them know that they don't kill or harm women. And so they were trying to figure out what to do with these spies. And so they were trying to just make them comfortable. And Sound of Running Feet was trying to let them know, we're not going to hurt you. Okay. And so it was kind of an interesting couple chapters because we saw Sound of Running Feet and Chief Joseph by how the settlers saw them. Okay, so they were really scared anyway of the Nimipu. Okay, so here's our topics for today. So that's the review. So turn to page 69 in your book. That's just a quick summary. So I want you to think about Sound of Running Feet's her interactions with the white people. So does Sound of Running Feet, does she have a positive opinion of the white settlers? Think of at the very beginning when she saw that first family with what was his name? Not Chief Joseph. It was Jason Wright with her gold pan. Ooh, did she have a positive interaction? How about her feelings towards the bluecoats and the general? Was that positive or was that kind of negative? I thought I was going to have you do a discussion. I decided to change my mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to tell me, could somebody tell me how was her original thought about the white people? Do I have Harper. Oh, yeah, Harper or Riley, I see. Harper.
That they were taking their land away and that she wasn't happy with them because they were taking her land and building their own stuff on it.
Harper, do you have anything? Or Riley, sorry. Wrong one.
Yeah, so they were like, what Harper said, they thought they were going to take their land and, like, spy on them and try and destroy their home and just build up on it. And they also thought they were trying to tear apart their land and, kill some of the Ninny Poo.
Yeah. Show me an emoji. How did she feel? Show me one of the emojis. Sad, angry, sad. Oh, I love emojis. A lot of sad ones. Or bad. Yep. Now, in chapter 13 and 14, she met and had to kind of take care of Yellow Hair and Dirty Face. What were some things that kind of shocked her? Do you guys remember? What were some things that she was surprised about? Somebody raised their hand. Yeah.
She was surprised that that the white woman helped her kids the same as the Mimi Poo woman.
Yeah. Bailey, do you want to add on to that?
I was surprised that both men fight, and that the women still take care of the children, and the children are afraid.
Very good. Thanks for sharing. Riley, did you want to add to it?
Yes, I do agree with both of them. They said she was very surprised because Dirty Face was scared and her mother took care of her just the way that the Ninny Poo would have.
Yeah. Let's look at some quotes. Oh, did somebody else have something?
Yeah, and also, one of the women, helped Bending Willow stop crying in one of the chapters.
So yeah, let's find some of that evidence. I found one on the bottom of page 73, the very last paragraph. She says, I'll give you a moment to turn to page 73, if you're online or you're in your book. I motioned to the settlers to sit down. Yellow Hair and Dirty Face were the first white women I had seen so close. I stared at them. They're not pretty, but they did not look evil. Are there any other quotes that help prove some of that evidence, you guys? I'm trying to find the one where Iris was talking about. The bottom of page 74. So turn the page. Last paragraph. That night, the settlers slept in front of the fire next to our shelter. I gave them buffalo robes against the cold. Dirty Face pulled her robes around her and began to cry. Yellow Hair spoke softly to her. She put her arm around the girl's shoulders and confronted her, as a mother would confront a child. It puzzled me to see that white women acted no different from the women of the Mimi Poo. Okay, was there any other evidence that we found?
Yes. I don't remember which page, but it was between, chapter 12 and 16, where Yellow Hair picked up Bending Willow when, Bending Willow was crying and made her stop crying.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where that one was. It was probably, around page 72, 73. I see some more interactions on page 76 and 77. Let's see. Ooh, she noticed at the very beginning of page 76 that they also rode like Mimi Poo. the bottom of page 76. She wasn't sure, so she couldn't communicate with them. So she pulled a hat out of her pony's pack. It was a basket hat. Many of our women wore them. I put the hat on. Then I took it off and handed it to her. Dirty Face pulled the hat over her flying hair. She smiled a shy smile. She said no words, but for the rest of the day she looked less like a trapped deer. I felt good inside. Yeah, so, I mean, if you think about it, maybe her feelings, do you think they changed towards the white people?
She thought that the women and children aren't as bad as they thought, but she still maybe thought of the men and how they would kill their people still.
So,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, keep going.
I agree. Also on page 73, or one of the pages,
Mhm.
it says, I motioned to the settlers to sit down. Yellow Hair and Dirty Face were the first white women I'd seen close.
Mhm.
Oh, no. Well, one part, there were a white man smiled at her, and she was like, that guy's evil and probably would kill me if he could.
Yeah,
In one of the spots.
I think that was in.
So I think.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry, Iris.
I think she still feels the same way about white men, but not the same way as white women and children.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, when they had first captured the people. You're right.
It does
the
say,
beginning of page 74, by the way.
It's at the beginning of
yeah,
this before? Oh, yes, the
she's
white
like,
man.
I had to remember.
Yep.
She's like, I had to remember that still they were against us.
Yeah.
Something like that.
74, very top. The white man smiled at me. I said to myself that he was a wicked man and would kill me if he could. So, yeah, I agree with some of your sentiments. And you guys, that was an excellent job finding some evidence. I know it's really hard, especially since it's such a thick book, to try to find some of that evidence. But finding that evidence, that really helps us understand. Well, and I'm not somebody either. I can't remember things word for word. So if I find it, that evidence helps my inference or my answer seem a little bit more real. So good job. So, ladies and gentlemen, have we learned anything new about Sound of Running Feet and Chief Joseph because of how they interacted with these people? So remember, Chief Joseph, well, we learned that he can speak English, right? What did we learn about the Nimi Poo, and what was something about what is okay, some of you, yep, two of you have band, that's okay. So what did we learn about with Chief Joseph or Sound of Running Feet? Anything? What did we learn? I would just check in when you come back after band, yeah. So have we learned anything new about Chief Joseph and Sound of Running Feet? We learned that maybe Sound of Running Feet has changed her mind, but would we say that they're cruel people?
Well, you can tell that they're like opposite on what they think they want to do to save their land or not save their land.
Mm-hmm.
Because like by studying their interactions, you can see that like in one of the pages, Sound of Running Feet goes that the young men are ready to die in battle.
Mm-hmm.
But then Chief Joseph says that that who will care for a woman and children when the warriors are dead.
Mm-hmm.
So they both have very different ideas on what they should do during the time.
Yeah, very good. Thanks for sharing. Let's see. Interactions. How about Sound of Running Feet's interactions with the white women? What did we learn about her? Did she just ignore them, and decide to immediately hate them right away? Harper?
Well, she tried to help them and like make friends with them by like when she gave them like buffalo robes and gave them a hat, and she also tried to show her name and the name that they thought this like smaller girl was.
Yeah, she tried communicating.
But they didn't understand. But she did say that when she gave her the hat, it helped her like more to be less like I forgot what that was.
I think she was just with her hair flying all over. Greta, do you want to add on to it?
She also wanted to make sure that they didn't think that they would kill them because they don't kill the woman. And she kind of just wanted to try to make friends with them and show them that they're not going to hurt them and they want to help them.
Yeah. So she is very much against the white settlers, but we noticed that she changed. I mean, she still, like you guys had mentioned, that she still was like, ooh, that white man, he's going to kill me if he can. And she probably thought, like, all the white settlers, man, they're just against them. But she really tried to comfort Yellow Hair and Dirty Face. And she really, I mean, she wanted to talk with him. She gave him a hat. So she really, I mean, we're learning that she's maybe changing some of her ways. And yeah, she's trying to be nice with them. Chief Joseph, how did he interact with them already? Do you remember? Could he speak English? Harper.
He was the only one who could speak English, but he was also really mad because when he said they were free to go, and the white men went down by the river and spied on them when he had said they didn't want to spy on them. He got really mad at that, but he was mad at the Swan Necklace for killing the two men because they had given him those guns. But he doesn't really seem to like the Yellow Hair or Dirty Face as much as Sound of Running Feet.
Yeah. And I wonder if his mindset has changed a little bit because his wife died. So, I mean, his family, his tribe, his family, and his wife, they died. And so I wonder if, grief, remember, that's one of our words is grief. That can really change you. And war, it really can change your mindsets. It can create a lot of biases, or, it can change you and make you very bitter and angry. So, we've already talked about a lot of these. So today, the very first, a lot of today actually, as you're going to see, is we're actually really looking at chapter 13 and 14. So we've already talked, well, actually, why don't I ask you some of these things, and let's get some new people to answer, because we've had a lot of the same people that answered. I would like some new people to answer. What ways do you think the women seem strange to Sound of Running Feet? Or what do you think, what do you imagine that Sound of Running Feet seems like to them? Iris?
Well, Sound of Running Feet thought the women were kind of weird because at first, like, when she first met them, they were riding on their horses with their legs on the same side of the horse.
Mm-hmm. Ellie, did you have something to add?
I was just gonna say that to
the white woman and children,
Mhm.
she seemed different, and some people back then and now don't like different,
Mhm.
or they think it's weird.
Yeah. Does anybody want to add on to that? Greta?
They thought it was like the way she probably they thought that Sound of Running Feet was strange for probably the way she rode on her horse and stuff, because maybe they grew up learning a different way and techniques of doing things than Sound of Running Feet did.
That could be. That's a great inference or guess. Anybody else? Let's hear. We've got lots of people that haven't answered. We've got 20 people in here. And I've heard from, let's see, probably about 6 of you in class today. I want somebody new. What other ways do you think that a Nimi Poo seems strange to the white women? What do you think the white women think about the Nimi Poo in general? That might be what they think about Sound of Running Feet. Iris?
I know I've already gone, but I thought of something.
Yeah.
So probably the white woman probably haven't met any Nimi Poo. They've just heard things from men,
Mm-hmm.
from white men. So they probably like how Sound of Running Feet hadn't met any white women up close. So she thought they weren't nice, or
Mm-hmm.
So I bet Dirty Face and Yellow Hair were like, oh, they're not as mean as the men told us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Harper, do you want to add on to it?
But I do think they're probably like, oh yeah, these are not as bad as I thought. But they're probably also mad because the Nimi Poo, in all their battles, they had won. So
Mm-hmm.
they must have killed a ton of men, and some could have been family members.
Yeah, well, even remember the people that they were out in the wilderness with. Swan Necklace killed 2 of the men, right? So, Bailey. So would you say that? I mean, a lot of what Sound Running Feet thinks about, and I think Iris had kind of made note to this. Sound of Running Feet had a point of view on the white men, and I'm sure the white settlers, and I'm sure the white settlers had a very similar view. You'll often hear that they're called savages, and they didn't need, and that's just how they thought they were. So let's see. We already talked about that one. We talked about that. Well, you know what? What we're going to do next. So, yeah, today was a big discussion day. Okay. What I want you to do then for the rest of the time, if you did not get all of the vocabulary words, I will post what we have, or I'll send them to you. So hopefully you emailed me or Schoology messaged me. Then what we're going to do right now for the rest of the time is we are going to do this day 18 question. Right? I want you to at least get 4 out of 5. If you did not get 4 out of 5, I want you to redo it. So what we have here is we have a couple passages. Okay, so I like to show people when we're doing a quick quiz or something. I usually like to show you. So we've got a couple passages. So I would just reread these. And it asks, we've got 5 questions. Passage 2, why does Sound of Running Feet give her hat to Dirty Face? So I would reread it up here. what evidence from passage 2, so if you noticed, we found evidence, so we found that text, that thing, so find that actual text piece up here. And she said no words, but for the rest of the day, she looked less like a trapped deer. So why do you think, so what does this mean? Okay, and then what are their attitudes towards the end? We did talk about that. And then 2 pieces of evidence. So tell me 2 quotes from here that maybe helped her seem like she was less of a frightened deer. Okay, so go ahead and open this now. When you are done, you can, like I said, I want you to, if you don't at least get, I want you to say you need to at least get a 3 out of 5. If you didn't get a 3 out of 5, you need to retake it. Okay, so go ahead and everybody start day 18 question set. I'm going to probably change it later to say lesson 21 because we've been looking at lessons. And I want you to do this. If you don't get a 3 out of 5, you need to redo it. And then when you're done, you can do the fluency work. Okay? And that is what we're going to do today. So stay on WebEx to finish the quiz. And you need to get at least a 3 out of 5 before you can leave to work on your fluency homework for the day and reading. Okay? So that's what we got for the rest of the day. Questions? All right. Beautiful. So really only Erin can leave because she's got 3 out of 5 so far.
Bye. Have a great day.
Goodbye. Mi collar se limpió. And I'm here to help you too if you've got questions on those question sets.
I submitted mine, and I'm going to send you a message in Schoology about
Okay,
like.
sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, because then I'll find those because I see one other person and I'll send them to you in Schoology. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
For the question 2, it says go to passage 2, part A, but I don't know where part A is.
Okay, let me look. I think that is. Oh, sorry. So passage 2 is the one here. Let me show you. Is the second passage, and it
Bye,
says
have a nice day.
goodbye if you have gotten at least a 3 out of 5. So if you see, it says
Bye.
passage 1 and passage 2. So if you put for passage 1, okay, so if you put for passage 1 of these answers, okay, so this is part A. So why? So if you selected, she wants to know Dirty Face was safe with the Nimi Poo, what quote or what thing in here lets you know, or what is the evidence? Okay, so what evidence explains that she wants to be safe? Awesome, thank you. Okay, so look at passage 2, so in here.
Bye.
Which quote helps you with your answer here? Does that make sense?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So which quote helps you prove your answer? That's what it's asking. Okay. Got Ellie, Greta, and was it Riley? Harper, was it you that needed the other vocabulary? Did you need the other vocabulary words too, Harper?
Yeah.
I'm going to find all of those right now. Because actually, yeah, I deleted them too. So let's see. Can I find?
So when you send me them, are you just gonna send me a picture of your vocabulary journal?
So for the first ones, I'm just going to send you guys my vocabulary journal. But then for these ones, I'll probably send you a picture. That way you can add them in. That way, because I haven't given you a grade yet for this. So I'll have you fill in these ones. But then for the other ones, the other, I think, 2 or 3, you'll just have the journal. Yeah. So, library. Because I deleted them too. So I thought I was done. But I think I do have them somewhere. Mm-hmm. Yay. Okay. Open Notability.
Can I leave? I finished the test.
You can leave. Go ahead and finish your you can work on your fluency homework then, okay?
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. We'll see you tomorrow.
I finished the test too.
Perfect.
Okay, bye. See you tomorrow. Have a good
Goodbye.
day.
You too. Hi, Riley. So we worked on the ooh, sorry, I'm typing, so we ended up working on I think it's called day 18. I'm going to change it to lesson 21. But we ended up working on, you need to at least get a 3 out of 5 on day 18 questions. And what that looks like is looks like this. So you have 2 passages about Sound of Running Feet and Dirty Face. You got passage 1 and passage 2. And it's asking you, why does her Sound of Running Feet give her hat to Dirty Face? And what evidence do we have? So what quote proves your answer? Then we have, she said no words, but for the rest of the day, she looked less like a trapped deer. So what does this mean? And then what is their attitudes then towards each other? And then what is some evidence that helps you with the attitude? Okay? That make sense?
Thank you. Bye. Have a good rest of your day.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Matthias. It was good seeing you again.